So the eighth wonder of the world is compound interest. Those that understand it, earn it. Those that don't, pay it. According to people out there that said Albert Einstein said that, but really, who gives a shit? Now let me tell you something. As someone who loves doing financial videos, I know the number one thing that could confuse so many people, especially with the newer finances, is saying, oh, you can become a millionaire if you invest and you put money in the S&P 500. And what will happen is your money will just compound, and they look at you like, what the fuck is compound interest? What is this compound thing? And for so many people, they have no idea what compound interest is. So in this video, guys, what I want to do is break it down and make it as simple and as quick as possible. That way you guys can start investing and understanding what compound interest is and why it's so important. I'm going to explain it as simple as possible. That way anyone can understand exactly what compound interest is. So let me give you guys an image that I want you guys to keep in mind, and I want to use this every time I'm going down the steps. Think of it as a snowball, okay? You put a small little snowball, you form it, you put it on top of the hill, and you let it go. And while it's rolling down, it's collecting more and more snow, getting bigger, 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 bigger. Now think of that as money. The more the snowball starts getting bigger, that's money that is collecting. That's the interest that's collecting on your money. So your money is compounding and growing and growing and growing. Just remember that image because it's really important later on when I get to a few of the steps. So let's say you start investing and you start on top of the mountain and you put just $100. That's it in year one. After year one of rolling down the hill, you gain 10% return on your money. So now you have $110. It keeps on rolling down. Now in year two, you don't just get the money that you just started with. Now you're collecting with the interest as well. So the 10% return that you're getting is on the $110. Not the initial amount that you put in, the 100, it's $110. So now on year two, you got $11 extra on top of your money. So now your balance is $121. That's exactly how it's working. It's compounding and growing and growing and growing. And the most important part is this is where you put in no extra money at all. You're just starting with $100 and you're letting it build. But you and I know in your job, they offer you a 401k, you put the match, and you're continuously getting money out of your paycheck. So you're constantly actually on top of the interest, putting money in as well, which is causing this compound effect to even grow larger. Now, you might hear people say things like dollar cost averaging. All they're really saying is rather than putting a huge chunk of your money in, let's say on the beginning of the year, you're putting money in every paycheck or every month, or you could put it in yourself to a Roth IRA bi-weekly, whatever. But you have a certain pattern where you're always investing. And the reason why that is critical is because even when the market is doing great, you're still investing. And when it's doing bad, you're still investing. And when it's doing bad and you're investing, guys, when the value goes up, all your money you have invested with all that interest is going to rise up as well. Now, when it comes to compound interest, guys, time is your best friend. You might hear this term that people say time in the market is way more important than timing the market. Let me give you two examples to show you how powerful it is with how much time you have in the market. Let's say we have person A, and person A starts investing at the age of 20. He puts $200 a month and is getting a 7% return within the market. And at the age of 30, he stops putting money into his account. Now let's say we have person B. He was partying and drinking and wilding out, having too much fun in his 20s. But in his 30s, he decided to change his life around and started investing. So he started putting $200 a month within the market at a 7% return. But dig this, he stopped putting money in his account until the age of 65. Now, let me ask you guys a question. Who you think has the bigger portfolio? You're going to be tempted to say A. I know it. You're going to say B sounds way too easy. They're putting so much money in the account, so obviously that person's to have the most money. That's not the case. You see, party B, yes, he put in a majority of his money for a longer period of time within the market. But party A had money in the market for a longer period of time. And once he stopped investing, his money continuously was compounding and compounding and compounding due to the fact that it was in the market for a longer period of time. So please make that be the most important thing that you understand. Start investing today. Stop delaying it. Now, there's a misconception that people think you need to have thousands of dollars in order to invest in the market. Guys, you could buy fractional shares. You could start with 10, 2, 3, 4, $5. You can start with any amount of money because consistent investing over time is going to grow a huge amount over decades. Let me give you a very simple example. Let's say you put $50 a month at an 8% return for 40 years. Simply just $50 a month, that's it. You would get $150,000 in 40 years. But listen to this, you only put in $24,000 yourself. The $126,000 was all in growth. So when you start thinking about investing, you need to understand that $50 could make a huge difference. But what about 100? What about 200? What about 300? Now we're dealing to millionaire status. But let's not lie, some people delay even putting $50 a month. And you just seen that even with $50 a month, you can make $150,000 in 40 years. Now guys, compound interest doesn't only work with growing wealth. It can actually work as well in life and the health decisions that you make, but also it can work in reverse when you have debt, especially credit card debt. Let me give you an example. If you have a $1,000 credit card bill that has 20% interest on the card, and let's say it goes unpaid, within 4 years, the amount of your balance will double, all because the compound interest is working in reverse. So you see, compound interest is good when you're investing, but compound interest could eat all your money in the opposite. So for all you people out there who have credit card debt and just making a minimum payment, recognize you're using the compound effect on debt. It's not a good thing. It's just eroding your purchasing power day by day by day, making your life way more difficult. So trying to invest and also having credit card debt, as you're noticing, is starting to wash out. You really need to handle that credit card debt as soon as possible. But this is not to say, guys, if your job offers like a 401k match, you neglect it, even with debt. I don't care how much debt you have, a 100% return on your money is always going to be a credit card debt. So just get the match in your 401k and continue to aggressively start paying off your debt. The more debt you start paying off, the higher your net worth is going to go, because now you're able to enjoy the money that you're gaining in your accounts. Now here's a rule you might hear about as well, which is called the rule of 72, which is you divide 72 by your interest rate and it will tell you how long it would take for your money to double. So for example, if you're getting an 8% return in the market, it will take you 9 years for your money to double. And remember this, guys, the amount that's going to be doubled is simply if you put no money into your account. So say, for example, you have $100,000 in your account and that's it. Within 9 years of an 8% return, your money will double. So there you have it, guys. Compound interest explained as simple as basic as possible. I really hope this motivates you to start saving and investing and understanding why us financial people keep on doing videos telling you why it's so important to start putting money in your account. You really want to be like me, where one day I woke up and I felt like I was not saving right. I was just getting the company match and I was not doing that great when it came to investments. And when I was really getting serious and I took a look at my retirement account, I had $100,000 in my retirement account when I actually thought all I had was like $40,000 or $30,000. And that was the moment I recognized I need to take finances seriously, because gaining that much wealth without me even paying attention, can you imagine what would happen if I do pay attention? So guys, drop a comment down below and let me know how you feel about this video. At the same time, hit the like, leave a comment, and subscribe. Catch you guys in my next video. Peace.